A wealthy man was preparing to go on a long journey. Before he left, he called 3 of his servants and entrusted them with his wealth. Now this wasn't just spare change. A single talent was worth years of wages. It was a fortune. So when the master handed his money to his servants, he was giving them a chance to prove themselves, to show what they could do with something valuable. To the first servant, he gave 5 talents. That's like giving him a lifetime's worth of treasure. The servant's eyes must have widened as he felt the weight of the bags in his hands. To the second servant, he gave 2 talents. A little less, but still a tremendous responsibility. This servant too held his gift carefully, already thinking of what he could do with it. And to the third servant, he gave 1 talent. Still a great treasure, more than enough to work with. But this servant didn't look as confident. He clutched the bag nervously, unsure of what to do. Then the master went away on his journey. For a while, nothing changed. The master was gone. The servants were left alone, each with their share of treasure. And now the question was, what would they do with it? The first servant wasted no time. He looked at the coins in his hands and thought, I can make something of this. He went into the marketplace, traded, invested, took risks. He worked hard and put his money to use. Slowly but surely, his 5 talents grew into 10. The second servant also got to work. He wasn't given as much, but he didn't let that stop him. With determination, he traded and worked. His 2 talents grew into 4. But the third servant, he was afraid. He thought to himself, what if I lose it? What if I make a mistake and the master gets angry? His fear held him back, so he dug a hole in the ground, placed the bag of coins inside, and covered it up with dirt. He thought, at least this way, I won't lose it. And then he walked away, pretending the problem was solved. Time passed. Days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and finally, after a long time, the master returned. He called his servants to settle accounts. The first servant came forward. He was smiling. He held out the coins and said, Master, you gave me 5 talents. Look, I've earned 5 more. The master's face lit up. Well done, good and faithful servant, he said. You have been trustworthy with a few things. I will put you in charge of many things. Come and share in my joy. Then the second servant stepped forward. He too was glad. Master, you gave me 2 talents. Look, I've gained 2 more. Again, the master was pleased. Well done, good and faithful servant, he said. You have been faithful with little. I will put you over much. Come and share in my happiness. Finally, the third servant stepped up, but his expression was not joyful. He looked nervous. He held out the single bag of coins and said, Master, I knew you were a tough man, harvesting where you have not planted and gathering where you have not sown. So I was afraid. I went and hid your talent in the ground. Here, take back what belongs to you. The master's smile vanished. He looked at him with disappointment. You wicked and lazy servant, he said. If you truly thought I was so demanding, then at the very least, you should have put the money in the bank, where it could earn interest. But instead, you buried it in the dirt and did nothing. And then the master made a surprising decision. He took the 1 talent from the fearful servant and gave it to the servant who now had 10. The other 2 looked on, shocked, as the master spoke again. To those who use what they have been given, even more will be added. But for those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. The servants were silent. The meaning of the master's words was clear. This story, the parable of the talents, is about far more than money. It's about responsibility. It's about courage. And it's about what we do with the gifts and opportunities we've been given. Each of us has talents. Not just coins, not just wealth, but skills, time, opportunities, and relationships. Some people may have 5 talents, others 2, others 1. The amount doesn't matter. What matters is how we use them. The first 2 servants took what they had and put it to work. They weren't praised because they ended up with more money. They were praised because they were faithful. They took a risk. They grew what they had. And in the end, they shared in their master's joy. The third servant missed his chance. Out of fear, he buried what he had. He didn't lose it, but he also didn't use it. And in the end, he was left with nothing. So the parable leaves us with a challenge. What are we doing with what we've been given? Are we like the first two servants, stepping forward in courage, even if it's risky, even if it takes work, trusting that our efforts matter? Or are we like the third, letting fear keep us from using our gifts, hiding them away, safe but wasted? The Master's words remind us it doesn't matter how much you've been given. What matters is being faithful with it. A little or a lot, great or small, the real question is, are we putting it to use? Because when we do, something amazing happens. Just like the servants who doubled what they had, our gifts grow, our opportunities expand, and in the end, we hear those same words. Well done, good and faithful servant, come and share in my joy. That's the parable of the talents, a story of trust, responsibility, and the incredible impact of using what we've been given.